everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Emily Nicholas, and I'm a Global Marketing Programs Manager for Hexagon PPM. And today I'll be your host for this session. Welcome to 2110. Today's speaker will be Sherif ElGanady, and he's from PGESCo.
Yes.
And he'll be discussing rendering and physical modeling for mega power plants. And then after he finishes up, we'll end the session with a little Q&A.
Well, thanks, Emily. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the session. My name is Sherif. I'm from a company called PGESCo. We are located back in Cairo, Egypt. We are gonna, in this session, introduce you our company, what we are doing, and what are the projects that we are taking. Some of the technology implementation that we are performing, some of the awards and patents that we have received, and the basic topic of this session is the rendering and physical modeling of mini power plants. We will talk through some 3D and rendering innovation hub and technologies that we were able to explore in actually some of Hexagon products that were not highlighted so much. We are going to demonstrate our vision towards 2025, and if there's time for any questions, please let me know. PGESCo was established 25 years ago. That's our main building in Cairo, Egypt. We are an EPCM company, that's engineering, procurement, and construction management. We work mainly in the field of power plants, and we lead the market in Egypt and the Middle East and North Africa in conventional and both conventional and non-conventional power plants and renewable. We standardize the highest quality of deliverables and schedule of deliverables of our projects to clients. That's lead us to collect many ISO certificates. We are going to go through it. This is the timeline of PGESCo. I'm not going to take so much in it, but talking as the big leap we took was in 2013 when we separated from Bechtel. Early when we were founded, Bechtel was owning 40% of PGESCo assets. We were delivering our projects based on their technology. And in 2013, there has been a separation. Some other investors bought Bechtel share, so we don't have a license anymore. So if you remember this small bird flying, that rolling, this big leap we took, it got some crashes, but at the end we learned how to fly. And we started to move to SmartPlant 3D. We have gone through some projects in Iraq and Libya. And in 2018, another big investor have taken majority of PGESCo assets. We hope it will be reflected on our economy. We do all the engineering phases of the project, since the site service, the procurement cycle, material handling. We have all the engineering disciplines, commissioning and startup. Even after the project is delivered, we still support the site on the IT and the site management. This leads us to control the total quality management in terms of quality. This is some of the products that we are using in the functional departments. We have mainly depend on SmartPlant enterprise solutions, and we have since a couple of years ago tried to move on to another alternative platform as per some owner requirements and some clients. We have developed some of our own technology, especially in the means of finance and some engineering programs that I will go through in details. And we started to go on to the cloud platform. This is some of the number of achievements we have done. More than 10 million linear meter of cables, about half a billion of meter of piping, and 1.5 million cubic meter of concrete, and these numbers are going. Those are number of the ISO certificates that we have received, quality, and our vision actually was achieved towards 2020. Those are some of the awards and patents that we have received. It started in 2013, and yes, that was HXGM. We have received the first place in the civil specific in the Golden Valve competition. As you can see, this is an example of one of the outputs that we have delivered using SmartPlant Review, which is an add-on module called the photorealistic add-on module. You can see that the piping were color-coded by using display sets and this stuff. this is the main objective of this session, how we generate such beautiful drawings for presentation and owner presentations, okay? That's another project that was actually in Iraq. It won in 2014 an honorable mention. You can see all the reflections and the texturing and the lighting. All this is done through the rendering capability of SmartPlant Review, one of the XGN Hexagon products. I guess most of you know about it. Again, our civil department, Dr. Sami, has won the GT Stool Excellence Award in 2014, and we won another award from TECRA, Middle East. In 2015, again, we have thought about putting the entire model inside the Golden Valve to win, and it worked apparently. We won second place also in the Golden Valve in 2015. Was another award, and this was the first time to participate and win the Platinum Pipe competition. It was an automation idea presented in SmartPlant Review. We have won the second place in it, and I was honored to be presented by Robert Christian from Hexagon. I delivered a session this year also. In 2016, and this was the first and last time, as I recall, Hexagon moves out from Las Vegas. It was in California. I loved California actually, and we delivered there a session. It talked about the touchless design, computer interaction, 3D design and review. I was honored to be presented by David Kennedy of Hexagon. Last year we won again in the Golden Valve competition, and this year we have got 2 awards. The second place in the Golden Valve competition, the visually complex category, and another award in the second, in the Platinum Pipe award. And yes, that was just yesterday. Sorry for the out of resolution. Okay. We have won a number of patents internationally recognized. This is US patent in a drain flow analysis software that our engineers have developed regarding the drain analysis of steam in the power plants. We have developed another software for the cable design and pipe support special items. Now I'm going to move to the main topic of this presentation, which is the rendering and visualizing modeling group. The target of it is to prepare good presentation and visualization for our projects to be presented to owners and clients. Our management has realized that only the pure engineering works and drawings does not get that attention, especially when you're applying for a new project. They thought about we need to present our work in a more fashionable and more luxurious way to show it to project clients, especially in the bidding and the tendering phases, and it actually worked. And in some cases we have submitted our paper in a tender, and for just the beautiful images and animation, the client was very impressed without going into details of the design. So it works somehow, and that's why this group was formed. It's officially formed. It's called Rendering and Visualizing Modeling Group inside PGESCo, and we mainly depend on Hexagon PPM products, as we can see in the following slides. The main target is to prepare, as I said, snapshots and walk through videos for the presentations and in high resolution images, and contribute in international design competitions like the Golden Valve and others. We have performed some R&D activities. We'll go through it all in the CAD and the user interface between the designer and the computer. And of course, the knowledge transfer and knowledge bridging to the new generation of engineering and designers. This is all tasks performed by our group. It mainly consists of number of engineering disciplines, an engineer from each department. He's responsible for his stuff inside the model that is going to be presented. Those are the main engineering disciplines that are working with 3D model. Of course, there are others, but those are the main. And we have the document control guy and multimedia specialist that helps us in the video editing and such stuff. And the group leader, which is me, and I report to the chief engineer. We have developed a number of work process for such projects. We have 2 types mainly of projects. The project which is still conceptual, and we are just in the very early beginning stages of it. We don't have a 3D model yet, so we have to insert some blocks that looks like the real model to presentation. And the other one is the model that is already there. Already we have a detailed design model that needs some input. We go through to investigate the available model and insert the other items that needs to be inserted for the presentation. I don't want to go through all these details. As I mentioned before, we mainly depend on Smart 3D for the modeling of piping, equipment, trays, and instrumentation. We use SmartPlant Review for the output side, for the high resolution images and the videos, and we use SmartPlant Interop Publisher for the conversion of files, especially from the vendors. We depend on Bentley MicroStation in some 2D drawings, in the general arrangement and side plot plans. Our civil department use Tekla structure for the steel structure and the concrete, and they import it inside Smart 3D using the IFC. For those plans that we don't have an existing plan, we use SketchUp tool called SketchUp from Google. It's a very handy tool that we use to create a large block, and it has a very big online library that we can recall a large turbine or whatever and put it inside the model. And the architectural group used software called ArchiCAD. I guess most of you know it. We use the tool called Atlantis for some rendering activities, and of course some touch-ups using Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Premiere. Those are the main tools that we are used for producing those high-resolution presentations. This is one of the example of the model that we got from the engineering. You know, it looks how bad. It's supposed to be 4 units, they are only 2. After we did our job in the rendering group, it looks something like this. As you know, some of the engineering just work for 1 unit and they assume that the other units are the same. So whatever there is a clash or something that is solved in 1 unit, it will be done. So they didn't require the model of the other units. However, the plant is 4 modules. If we go to the owner and show him this model, he say, well, where are the other 2 modules, you know what I mean? So we have to do this copying using the MDR and stuff to get the model in a good shape. Of course, you can see there is no land, no roads, no lighting poles, no whatever. So we add all this, and the architectural building we use to colorize up the cladding to looks much better. That's another example of a project. This is the engineering project. As you can see, if we present this in front of the client, it will not be the same influence as this one. Okay. Again, some sample output presentations that we use for the coloring, and this again, one sample. This was actually submitted to the Golden Valve this year, but didn't won. It's okay, no objection. Another one. It's an inside detailing of the STG building. It shows how the piping works. It's really, the engineering guys did a lot of work there in the cable trays and stuff. I'm gonna go through those. This plant is in Egypt, apparently. Okay. This one of the sample of projects that we don't have a 3D model. All this is built in Google SketchUp. This one is not using HX, the only plant not using a Hexagon product, okay? All of these are used imported blocks, and we can create this from scratch. We did this in 5 days. All what you can see here, we did it in 5 days for the presentation. And we did also a walkthrough video that was very impressive for the client. This is sample walkthrough. Let me please turn it on for you. Well, it's not one, but I'm not going to go through all of it. Just to see sample of how smoothly walkthroughs are done using SmartPlant Review. This is one of our projects in Iraq, before the war actually. This also helps the project manager when he goes out to the owner and describe the parts of the plant. He used this type of presentations. Okay, moving on. Rather than just preparing images and screenshots, we were involved in some technology innovation solutions that we have developed for our engineering team. I'm going to go through them in details. We are using something called stereoscopic 3D display. It's a feature in SmartPlant Review. We have developed 3D PDF, and we'll see how this goes. We have our own VR lab, and I will go through this one by one. The stereoscopic depends on the idea that every human being or animal have two eyes. Each eye catches a specific part of the world, and then the brain combines them together. SmartPlant Review did the same. It has a feature. I know. Does anybody know SmartPlant Review? Please raise your hand. SmartPlant Review. Okay, good number. It has this stereoscopic. This one of the unexplored features of SmartPlant Review. I'm wondering the guys here do not highlight this. However, they are very important and can be used very much in the presentation of power plants. You can activate the stereoscopic feature in SmartPlant Review and get a glass to see the visual 3D aspect of the model. I can turn on the video. Like this. Of course, you are seeing now two views, but when you wear this glass, you see it one. Yes, exactly. But it requires a specific type of projectors called 3D projector. This one is totally generated from SmartPlant Review using the stereoscopic feature. Okay. I guess all of us know PDF, right? PDF, the well-known portable document format of documents. But does anybody know that there is something called 3D PDF? Have anybody heard about it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. There is a feature, again it's a hidden feature in SmartPlant Review, that you can take part of the model and export it in 3D PDF so that you can navigate it and walk through it on your mobile or laptop. That doesn't need any installation. Sometimes your guy in the site needs to see part of the 3D model, and you don't have to install anything. You just export piece of the model into 3D PDF and send him the PDF. He can open it with any Adobe Acrobat, which is a free player. You can form a navigation, zooming, read intelligent properties of an equipment or piece of piping, change the appearance. I will show you right now how it works. And if you have Adobe Acrobat Pro, you can do sections, and add dimensions, just like SmartPlant Review. It's a very interesting feature. Let me show you an example. This one is a model in Egypt. We took part of it and exported as 3D PDF. As you can see, it's launching in Adobe Acrobat, which is on everybody's machine, which is a free tool. See? No need for any external 3D tool. You can zoom in, zoom out. This is very handy if you want to, in a fast way, deliver part of your model to the site. You can play with the coloring and stuff, and moreover you can check the properties of some part of the equipment. Let me show you this one. See this one. If I click on a piece of equipment, see down here, it gives you all the intelligent properties actually inherited from Smart 3D. See, all this in Adobe Acrobat. You don't have to install anything. That's very interesting, actually. We even took this idea further, and we have created a new conceptual type of drawings, that the drawing itself shows the regular orthographic views that you have and the reports, and we added a specific view of it to be 3D PDF. So the guy in the field has every information he has. He has the top drawing, with the top plan, with all the dimensions and the detailing that he wished, and the MTO, and in addition to the 3D part of the model. So he can walk through it. In some cases, the guy out there didn't understand the drawing. He need to see some 3D presentation and visualization. This is very handy, and we use it in our deliverables. This is one of the cable electrical equipment. In fact, if you want to try this by yourself, you can do it right now. Depends on your type of mobile. If you would like to do it, you can visit the store and download a tool called 3D PDF Reader. It's free because the mobile version of Adobe Acrobat that did not till now support the 3D PDF, and they are working on it. I have read some articles on their forums. They are working on it. So if you have Adobe Acrobat on your mobile, you will not go and present it in 3D. But if you want to download this one right now, you can do it. And I actually put the file that we just shown on this. You can scan it by your mobile and download it and see how it goes on your mobile right now. If you'd like to take a minute and do it, please.
How big a file are the 3D PDFs?
3.6 megabyte.
So you
3.6, yes. This one is 3.6 or maybe 2.6 megabyte. That's it, with all the information, intelligent information. You can try it. You can download it here right now without opening it. Just scan this QR code if you have a scanner on your mobile, and it will direct you to the Google Drive, and just download it. Anytime you can download this tool, or whatever in Google or in Apple, you can open it. Okay? If everything went gone okay, Ravi, it's work on your mobile?
It's
Downloading, excellent. How long does it take? I'm not sure.
going to take just 1 minute.
Okay, excellent. After it's finished, please scan, or you can scan this in the same time. Scan this and download the file. Okay, excellent. Let's try using mobile. It works.
So,
Just the QR scanner. Get out of this now. Yes, you have to download this file in a separate process now. You have a QR scanner? Okay, then you will need to install it. No problem. It's okay. Anyway, I'm going to send you the presentation, and it will be uploaded. I already sent a copy to Christine, and it will be uploaded on the website, so you can try it anytime. If everything goes fine, this is how it will be shown on your mobile. This is a screenshot of my mobile. Okay, it looks like this. The same file. It's very high quality image and low size, and you can read the properties of it actually and navigate through it. This is the most important thing. Okay. We have thought about building our own VR lab. We have brought some hardware like Oculus Rift and Samsung Odyssey. But the guys there are facing some issues in the conversion from the view files of SmartPlant Review to the Unity files. But Robert Christian has mentioned in the TUF that in the new version of SmartPlant Review, they have fixed this issue. So they can directly convert from view file, which is the file type of SmartPlant Review, into FBX directly, which is used by Unity, the software for the VR. But we have performed some successful experiments using the VR. We have introduced another lovely technique. You know the Wii remote? You know Nintendo Wii? It's a small game. It was actually my son, and I took it from him. Tried to program it to work in SmartPlant Review, and it worked actually. Yes, rather than the mouse. We can do the mouse, the zooming and properties and everything, and we have a lot of fights with my son. He wants to play and I want to navigate. So at the end I bought a new one. Yes. And moving forward, we purchased this device from a company called Leap. It's two infrared sensors that detects the hand motion of your palms and convert it into coordinates that you can use it as a mouse, yes, inside the SmartPlant Review. And so we were able to make the walkthrough and even do some piping work and cable design work without need of a mouse or touch anything, just airborne. If you would like to see how it works, this is the video actually. This is the sensor and how it works. You see it reflects. It's a little bit creepy. Each point of what you have seen on the hand is converted into coordinates. By this, I can fly. You can see this is my hand over there. On the model, this is the well-known non-Rovia plan, the sample model delivered with SmartPlant review, without any need of carrying any mouse or presenter or touching any screens. But of course it has a limitation, you have to be within the proximity of the sensor. It's about 50 centimeters. You can't put it there and stand up there. It has a limitation. You have, yes sir?
Is it out of box or did you program it to work with SmartPlant?
There is a third party that we used to program the hand gesture into command.
We used the leap motion sensor in some modeling and routing, for example pipe routing and cable tray routing. We have used SmartPlant review in generating hologram reflections of some of the 3D model components like the turbine. We developed a device for using these reflections. This device was showcased in Maker Cairo Fair. We have used the feature of generating spherical 360-degree images for part of the model to be viewed in the mobile in the 360 panorama view. In fact, you can install it on your mobile, whatever system it deploys, whether it's Google or Apple. You can download an app called VR Media Player and open a generated file that we generated from SmartPlant review. You can simply visit the store and download the app and scan this QR code to download the file. PGESCo have achieved the 2020 vision and start to implement the vision towards 2025. Recapping, we have talked in this session about PGESCo, who are we and what are the projects that we are involved in. We have showcased some of our technology, some of our awards and patents that we have received. We have talked about the rendering and physical modeling group, formation and workflow. We have showcased some of our 3D and rendering innovation hub techniques and some of our visions towards 2025. Please, if you have any questions, let me know, or I can be contacted through this contact details. Thank you for watching. See you on the next session.